All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rachahakwadash, double honors, that the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessing to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect. Shalom, Barakathum. Rolling in the spirit today on some breaking news. Salaki for the video yesterday, man. I lost the audio and the videos I was trying to do. I was speaking on the developments that happened over there in Israel, where they're basically, they're waging war over there in the land of Syria now, okay? That was breaking news yesterday, and there's more breaking news today because North Korea has put 12,000 troops over to Russia to help fight the Ukraine war, okay? Now, I want to read a precept real quick because this is going to tie in a second. Isaiah 42:9, it says, "Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them." Okay? Haven't we been preaching about World War III, the end of the world? Okay, haven't we been preaching about the Karagma, which is around the corner, essentially? All right. We told you that. Not only did we tell you these things were going to happen, the Bible even tells you what nations are going to be involved. If you can read through the scriptures, if you can parse through the names, people get caught up in the name. Well, where does this say Russia in the Bible, man? Well, look it up, man. You can look up the names of the ancient names of lands. All right, you can see that the land that the Russians in today are where the Gogites were. Okay, the land of Gog. Okay, is in that region of Russia, Togomar. Okay, we're gonna get that in a second. Okay, but all of those nations, they were prophesied that these things were gonna come to pass, man. And this is only gonna have one outcome. That's essentially what prophecy means. It means that all of the possibility that you think could happen, it's all gonna boil down to one particular thing that will happen. Okay, again, I say this a lot. Prophecy is not a matter of what can happen, it's a matter of what will happen. That's why it's powerful. Anybody can make a guess and tell you what could happen. Well, anything could happen. That doesn't tell you anything. What will happen? Okay? And this is why we're going to eventually be persecuted, because people are going to realize, hey, these guys were right, and that the prophecies of what they said is actually coming to pass, and it's going to be too much. The media is not going to be able to spin it anymore, and they're just going to have to come down on us, man. They're going to start with censorship, cutting down on the internet, okay, which they're already doing, and then eventually they're going to slander us, and which they're already doing that as well. But it's going to be bad, man. Okay, they're gonna make us, Apostle Har's using the term lately. They're going to make us persona non grata in America, all right, and all of you Israelites that are playing games, that are unserious individuals, okay, thinking that you're just having fun cutting people in debates and whatnot, you're gonna find out, man. You're gonna get lumped into that. And if you don't have the Lord, if the Lord looked at the Lord's gonna look down at your works. Okay, that's in Jeremiah 17. He says, "I try the reins of men." He's gonna look down at your spirit, your sincerity, your works, and he's gonna say, "Am I gonna defend this guy?" It don't matter what you've done, man. It doesn't matter how many precepts you bring out, man. Look, if the Lord looks down and says, "Look, I don't accept what you did. I don't care if you went on the highways and byways." The Lord can just reject you, man. And so all you unserious individuals, man, that are proven to be unserious, because this is the most serious things have ever been. And here you are walking around like the truth is a joke, man. Like it's something to be made merchandise out of. Like it's something to entertain people. It's not. Okay, you're gonna be left, man. You're gonna get rejected, and those mischiefs that are going to be up on mischief, they're gonna find your ass, man. Okay. This is Joel, the 3rd chapter. It says, I'll start at verse 1. It says, "For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem," all right, which means our captivity is going to be over with. So we're at the time, think about this, Akim. we're at the time where our captivity is about to be over with. Because the scriptures is telling you, the time you start seeing these nations gather for World War III, that's the same time the Lord is he's going to restore us, man. The Lord is going to absolve us of our iniquities, man. The Lord is going to forgive us. A select group of individuals, man. I was going into that yesterday, but you couldn't hear the audio. All right. There's going to be a time period where the Lord is going to choose who he's going to forgive. Yahushua is right now mediating right now on behalf of the elect. That's one of his roles in the heavens. It is to mediate. And at the end of it, it's going to be found out, okay, I forgive them. I forgive them. All right. Gather them into the barn because the destruction is getting ready to come. All right. That's the time that we're in. It coincides with the time of these nations gathering around for World War III, which we're about to read. All right. Verse 2, it says, I will gather all nations and I will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Okay. Now, you got to ask yourself, if the Israelites are scattered at this point, the land is parted at this point, who the hell is that in the land? Who the hell is that in the land? Why does he got to go gather them out of all of the nations, man? Okay. Why does he also say that Jacob is like the sand of the sea, or counted as the stars of heaven? They're not 2% of the population. Okay. Like some groups. All right. You got to ask yourself these things, man. This thing is about critical thinking, man, and being sincere about it. Okay. It says, verse 3, and they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. And we saw this heavily when? Okay. The events leading up to the transatlantic slave trade, that's when, okay? When Esau started spewing all of this lofty rhetoric in the Renaissance era, okay? And those Hamites and those Ishmaelites helped round us up. They were selling us, man. All right? And guess what? All of those nations that sold us, guess what? They're about to fight each other to the death, okay? They're mad at each other now, you know? Verse 4, it says, yeah, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine, will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? And that region is getting tore up right now. Okay, now we know Tyre in the ancient world, they were, largely Hamites. Okay. But the Hamites, y'all are going to get jacked up, because y'all had a big hand in the transatlantic slave trade. Okay. All you Arabs, y'all about to catch it, man. You think Netanyahu is off of his leash. You ain't seen the devil really show out yet, man. This is him. He might be wilding out, and he is for most people's taste, but y'all haven't seen this guy with unfettered chains and shackles. See, he's still trying to manage optics. He's still trying to look good in the public eye, man. There's going to come a time where that is going to be over with, okay? And it says, because ye have taken my silver and my gold and carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians. All right? There it is. So the Greeks are who? They're just another way of saying Esau, because Esau changes his names. You know, he goes by different names, and he changes the names of lands, and overwrites history and things of that nature. All right. It says that ye might remove them far from their border. So when this happened, we got removed far from our border, man. What does that mean? That means we were everywhere, man. We were in North America, South America, Australia. We're in the Philippines. Okay, you had Jakes in Japan, man. All right, China had slaves, man. All right. It says, behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and return your recompense upon your own head. Meaning the elect are going to get sealed, and there's going to be a standard lifted up for them. And eventually they're going to be gathered up, all right, in that great gathering when Yahweh Shai returns, man. All right. And it says, and I will sell your sons and daughters into the hand of the children of Judah. When does that happen? All right. Y'all are going to be bought and traded like Pokemon cards, man. That's what's going to happen to y'all ass. And it can't happen soon enough. And it says, and they shall sell them to the Sabaeans, to a people far off, where the Lord Yahweh hath spoken it. Now, this is the main point. Verse 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Here's the chronology again. Just to reset things of the timeline of where we are with this thing, okay? Remember the scriptures say, I tell you things before they spring forth. I'm butchering it. But I just read that in Isaiah 42. All right, and it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. All right, now you got this guy over there, Erdogan, who's the leader of Turkey. He's calling for the Arab nations to get together with Russia, all right, and to take down these small hats, man. All right, that's what's going on right now. While y'all are asleep, while y'all are worried about, who's who, the celebrity gossip and this bullshit, man. All right. It says, assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen and gather yourselves together round about. Why is North Korea giving Russia 12,000 troops? Things are going in a particular direction. The tension is building, and it's not going to go backwards. Esau's doing too much, and he's proving to be unremorseful, unrepentant. That nigga Trump said, as much sanctions that they put on everybody, he said, look, if you don't want to deal with the dollar, then guess what? We're going to put tariffs on your ass, 100% tariffs. You see? So they're doubling down on the weaponization of the U.S. dollar. What is that gonna lead to, man? Okay, that's gonna lead to trade wars, which it already is a trade war. And trade wars lead to real wars eventually, man. People are not just gonna go broke and hungry because you want to flex on them. All right, this is gonna get bloody. Okay. So it don't really matter who wins this so-called selection that's coming up. This thing is going to happen, man, okay? It says, verse 11 again, assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen and gather yourselves together round about, thither, and cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh. All right? So the mighty ones are getting ready to go down for what? Why do mighty ones get called together? All right. Do you think they get called? Do you think they get called? They call all the mighty men of war together to have a picnic, or is there war on the horizon? All right. It says, verse 12: let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Now let's swap over to Ezekiel 38, because somebody brought that out in the article, how Erdogan is calling for Ezekiel 38, this very thing, man. Okay? Starting at verse 1, it says, and the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, okay, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. And say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. All right, so the Lord is against Russia too. Russia is not next. Okay, Russia is a tool of the Most High, man. Russia is housing part of the armory that the Most High spoke about in Jeremiah 51. The scriptures say he's going to open up his armory. Okay, what does that mean? What type of weapon that's on the earth right now today that's worthy of being called the Most High's armory? What weapon do you think is powerful enough to where the Most High said, yeah, that's my armory? That would be nukes, okay? That would be nukes. All right. So Russia is a tool, man. They're not righteous. They're going into slavery just like Esau is, man. Okay. You know, Esau has a saying in the world: the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Like hell they are. The enemy of my enemy is you're both my slaves. That's what y'all are, man. All right. It says, verse 4, I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Okay? So, you know, you had certain groups trying to bring this out, like this is going to happen in the kingdom, like they're going to rise back up again. Man, what the hell are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? Like you really don't understand what's going to be happening in the kingdom of heaven if you think that that's even remotely possible. That any nation is going to rise up with weapons. Like we're going to be living weapons, man. All right. Do you realize that the average Israelite man, he said, the feeble among us will be as King David. The feeble. We are literally going to be weapons, man. You're talking about what are you talking about, man? The scripture said we're gonna break them in like clay pots, man. Okay, do you know what that means? That means they ain't forming no militias. They not gonna spark a rebellion and try to take the kingdom. They gonna have that spirit in them to try it, but they're not gonna do it. Okay, this is talking about them being drugged back in to the Third World War, because Russia has been trying to make a new pole, because you got the West, but they're trying to make it with bricks. They're trying to form that and go a different route. But no, you're gonna have to fight the West. Okay, Esau in the West, he's gonna prove to be such a demon, led by the whore of Babylon, that you ain't gonna have no choice but to just take this nigga out, man. Okay, you're not gonna have a choice. You can't just ignore him and try to start bricks and make your own trade, you know, agreements, economic agreements. Hell no. All right. But listen right here, verse 5, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them. Now, all of these nations today, in the modern day, have been done dirty by Esau, man. Dirty. Libya is it's just open slave markets down there, man. People are just going missing, ending up on the black market, and Libya was on the verge of being a paradise with Gaddafi down there, man. He's about to liberate the whole continent of Africa, man. He's about to run a river through the middle of the Sahara Desert. Think about that. He's about to build a river system through the middle of the Sahara Desert and bring water to all of those different nations. He's gonna start his own currency, and Esau was like, nope. And now look at their state gone. Ethiopia, the same thing, man. They have a major military base in the country of Djibouti. When you look on the map, Djibouti sits right between Ethiopia, Somalia, and Eritrea, which is called the Horn of Africa. Esau's got a major military base right there because the Red Sea is right there. All right, and he overthrew that country, man. Did them dirty to set that up. All right, and Persia, we already know who Persia is. That's Iran. So we already know what's getting ready to happen with them. So all of the players in that region are set to be dead against this place, man. They all have motive. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, it says verse 6, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah, all right, of the north quarters and all his bands and many people with thee. Now that region geographically goes up north of Syria into the land of Turkey. You got Turkey right there. You got what else? Albania. That region basically. Okay. The Anatolian region. Okay. And we already know what that nigga in Turkey is talking about. He's pissed. He's a part of NATO, but he's like I would say if the European Union or NATO was the Goodfellas, this nigga would be Joe Pesci, man. You know, Turkey is the Joe Pesci of NATO, man. Like they're very hot-headed and they're tired of Esau shit, man. You know, in NATO. All right, it says, verse 7, be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. And after many days thou shalt be visited, in the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword. Okay, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste, but is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. Okay, because what's eventually going to happen, they're all going to fight. Yahweh Shai is going to return. You know, during this time period, they're all going to try to fight Yahweh Shai, and we're going to have to go down there and clear all of that out. The Israelites, man. You think we're going to do that with regular swords and guns? No, man. We're gonna have those bodies at that point, man. You know, the chariots are gonna be destroying things at that point. You see, so that's what's getting ready to happen, man. Now, how many Christian churches are gonna go into what's happening today and pair it up to the scriptures? Almost none of them. Christians, they watch our channels to figure out what's going on, just so they can remix it in their own twisted view of faith. Because Christians are soft, man. Okay, they're hyper fixated on forgiveness for everything, and the only person that's hyper fixated on forgiveness are people that always need forgiveness. And the people that always need forgiveness are people that have a sinful lust towards a sinful worldview. You know, I'll put it to you that way. All right. So World War III is developing, you know, very nicely, coming along very nicely, man, very nicely. You know, I say that when I'm cooking a brisket on a long smoke. I go in and check on it. I go, it's coming along very nicely. You know, I'm checking the temperature. You know, that's the World War III is turning up, man. This brisket is almost cooked. Okay. Anyway, man, I'll end it there. Lord willing, this is edifying. Call halal Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Racha Kodash. Shalom Kum Yasharallah.